Hello and happy Friday to you all. It's so exciting to be live on our account today. For everyone who's joining, my name is Abby Bornemeyer, and I'm the Social Media and Digital Events Manager here at the American Diabetes Association. Today, I am joined by our amazing guest, Dion Dawson, founder and executive director of Dion's Chicago Dream. The American Diabetes Association and Dion's Chicago Dream have teamed up to provide healthy fruits and vegetables to families on the south side of Chicago. So, wherever you are listening in from, get ready to learn, get ready to be inspired, and just be present and ask questions throughout this. So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Dion Dawson. Dion, how are you doing?
Wonderful, wonderful. How you doing today?
Good. I'm doing well. Thank you so much for being here today. And we're so excited to just all talk about, the partnership and everything
Sure.
that you do as well. We're so excited. You have a very inspirational story, and everyone is excited, to learn from you and learn who Dion is and exactly what Dion's Dream Chicago does. So, would you
Yep,
mind by introducing yourself and just talking a little bit about the inspiration behind your organization?
definitely. Well, Dion Dawson, Dion Chicago Dream is the organization, and we fight food insecurity. And in doing that, we've decided to focus on quality and access instead of tonnage. Because when you think about the difference between hunger, which is a feeling, and food insecurity, which is the lack of consistent access to healthy options, we wanted to make sure that when we thought about programming, when we thought about our response, when we thought about this fight, we wanted what our programming to reflect was not only society now as far as approaches, but making sure that we're equitable as well as efficient in what we're doing. And we do that through Dream Deliveries. Dream Deliveries is our flagship program where we deliver a week's worth of fresh produce directly to the doorsteps of residents all over the Chicagoland area. And so, in 2 short years, we've been able to grow this program from 15 homes in one neighborhood to 375 homes per week in 23 of the 77 Chicagoland neighborhoods.
Wow, that's very impactful work that you're doing. So that's a lot for you to
Yeah.
be doing these past 2 years. Are you doing this all by yourself, or do you have other people helping you with this?
Oh no, not at all. We actually our team has grown to 7 people. And so the beautiful thing about Dion's Chicago Dream is that when we thought about food operations, we decided that we weren't going to do it with volunteers. Because I tell people, as a person with that lived experience of being food insecure, I didn't want our food operations to be dependent upon people volunteering with us. And so we've been able in 2 short years to create 7 jobs with competitive wages, all above $20 an hour. And just with 7 people, 3 vehicles, we can hit up to 2,000 households per week with just 7 people. So our delivery crew has a delivery driver and a delivery assistant every delivery vehicle. So the driver maintains positive control of the vehicle and uses our logistics app to mark arrival, delivery, and departure. And our delivery assistant takes the box from the van directly to the doorstep and then take a picture for proof of delivery. And so, just with 7 people, well-intentioned people, compensated team members, we're able to not only meet the demand that we're hitting right now, but we're poised for exponential growth that our team can handle.
Wow, that's amazing. And the fact that your team can handle up to 2,000 deliveries in a week, that's incredible how
Definitely.
you do it. So do you have like one day a week you do these deliveries, or do you do them like throughout the week? The seven.
So our scaling model is unique to our operation. So we started with one day. So when we started, we actually we saw through our data and through our tests that we could hit between 125 and 150 homes within a driving shift between 8 to 9 hours. And so we started on Fridays, but now we have 2 vehicles delivering on Friday and Saturday now. And so as we scale each day out to each vehicle. And then after that, we go into another day. So Friday, one vehicle, Friday, two vehicles, potentially Friday, three vehicles, and then Friday, three vehicles, Saturday, one vehicle. So, we're just very intentional about how we did it. And we're in a very, very good place as far as our scale and as far as our ability to scale even further.
Wow, that makes sense. No, it sounds like you have the whole schedule mapped out, which is
Yeah.
awesome. I know, so in the past 2 years, I know you originally started out with a community fridge, which
Yeah.
you still have going
Yeah.
today, right?
Yes.
Could you just explain like how that's different than the dream
Of course.
deliveries, like who can access that community fridge and where it's located?
Of course, that's Project Dream Fridge. Our community fridge has been not only the catalyst for our entire organization, but from the fridge, that's where Dream Deliveries was born. So, of course, you have community fridges that grew in popularity because of the pandemic, where the general mantra is give a little, leave a little. But with our fridge, it's on the south side of Chicago in the Inglewood neighborhood, which is a food desert, and I saw early on that expecting the fridge to operate and be filled up on its own in a food desert during a pandemic, it just wouldn't be fair. And so we've actually stocked Project Dream Fridge every single weekday, no matter the weather or a holiday, every single weekday for the last 2 years. We started in September 11th of 2020. Every single weekday since then, we've stocked it. And we only stock it with fresh fruits and vegetables and water. And the menu is something that the residents responded well to, and they get to pick. So even though grapes aren't cost effective, we have grapes in the fridge, things like that. And for us, we don't, as an organization, we don't take donated produce. So the 15,000 pounds that we're providing a month as an organization in Dream Deliveries and in Project Dream Fridge, everything is brand new. Nothing is ever old or used.
Amazing. Wow. So these people do do they just show up to the community fridge then and they can just help themselves, or
Yes.
the process of
Yes. Oh no, it's we don't police that. When the one thing we try to do as an organization is meet our residents where they are, not
Mhm.
only with Project Dream Fridge, but with Dream Deliveries. And that's just not something that is right if we police it. You know what I mean? Because who knows why somebody is grabbing more or less of something, but a lot of it comes out of that fear of missing out. And so, with us, the good thing is that they saw that our team will always be back. You know what I mean? They saw that this is something that, we're committed to doing. And so that fear, starts to lower once you see that someone is keeping their word. And that's one thing that our residents deserve is consistency.
I truly love how you guys are exactly meeting people where they are at, and that's amazing. From the fridge to the deliveries,
Absolutely.
that's awesome. So let's say, how does someone who's interested in maybe receiving one of the delivery boxes, how do they go about getting on? Is there a list they have to fill out, or like to be put on to be able to get one, or how does that?
Yes. So right now we do have a waiting list because we don't start delivering to a household unless we've secured a year of funding for that household. So we can move a household from food insecure to food secure for only $1,000 per year. So every $1,000 that Dion Chicago Dream raises, a home is taken off of the waiting list. But the good thing about that is we only ask for your name, address, phone number, and how many people in the household, because what we've also seen in food organizations is there's a lot of stipulations, there's a lot of income requirements. We're taking a lot of data from our residents, and so for us there is no income requirement. Food insecurity does not look like any specific person. It does not look like a certain pay rate. And so for us, the beautiful thing is that we don't focus on just data collection. No, it's about building equity and relationships with the residents, meeting them where they are. And as people contact us, they're placed on the waiting list, and we're going to take them all off. Because if you look at giving now, in this time right now, America has never given more. And so we're not talking about a lack of resources. We're talking about being efficient with those resources. And so for our team, our programming, and our fight, we just know that okay, let's be intentional and efficient when it comes to direct services and making sure that we're actually fighting what we say we're fighting.
Amazing. And I love that because you never know exactly what someone's going through or what kind of support or just those little things like can go such a long way
Of
for
course,
people. So
of
I love
course.
that you really don't question it that much. If someone is in need and needs your help, you're willing to help them, and I love that.
Definitely. And I think that, when we talk about our programming, of course we've scaled up, but we've also had 57 households cycle off of dream deliveries when they were in a better position, all on their own volition. And so, that's the thing is you can't predict human behavior. The only thing we have to understand is that when we're talking about social impact, we have to be flexible enough to meet the need now, as well as being nimble enough to, evolve with it. And with this programming, we've been able to be so human centered that by design we can grow with our residents.
Amazing. So there's several people watching right now, and in the comments, people are they're very excited for you and all the work that you're doing out in the community. So if people are watching right now, or people who watch later on, like how can people get behind the work that you're doing and support you in these efforts?
Of course. Well, with our organization, we live and survive through our donations on our website. Our monthly donations, those go directly towards the food that we're buying through our wholesale grocer. So they can go to our website at www.dionchicagodream.com, click donate, and become a monthly donor. I tell people $20 can provide a week's worth of brand new fruits and vegetables for a household. You know what I mean? And so I think that, that is why I'm always so proactive in our communications, because we want to show people who support us. I call them the dream teamers, because we want to show them, what they're doing. Everybody that has joined in this movement, they're so important. Sometimes whether it's a donation, whether it's communications, sharing or liking a video, or just spreading this model. You know what I mean? Because it's bigger than us. It's about, doing what we can to evolve food operations in the sector so that those people who need fresh produce, they can get it.
Amazing. I love how you said it's bigger than us. So
Yes.
that's awesome. Someone in the comments also said people coming off the program is an example of the honor that is being cultivated with the program. Exactly right. That's awesome. So Dion, I have to ask you. So I know you've already expanded a lot within the Chicago area, but do you have any plans, like in the future, to possibly taking this to other cities and states, possibly, or do you want to keep it more around your hometown of Chicago? What
Oh
are
no,
your thoughts?
definitely. Oh no, the only thing that slowed us up in terms of spreading our model and growing as an organization, because is we wanted to make sure that before we actually, took it to other cities, that we didn't have our the people who decided to join us and create those other chapters or be in other cities. We didn't want them to bear the brunt of trying to raise the capital to see this model to fruition. You know what I mean? And so what we wanted to make sure that we saw through was, okay, what does expanding dream deliveries to this level look like? How much capital do we need and things like that? But no, there's no ceiling here for our organization, and
No limit.
it's
That's
my job as the leader, to make sure that we're in a position to, do what we need to do to really eradicate food insecurity.
Wow, that's incredible, and we're excited to see what the future holds too for your organization and our partnership too. So I did find it interesting too. Like there is a huge need though in Illinois and in the Chicago area because it says over 3 million people living in Illinois, and there are 34% of those people have prediabetes, and nearly 1 million people are living with diabetes. Would you be able to just, talk about, we just launched this partnership together. So would you be able to talk about what you're most looking forward to in this partnership and how it will be helping people living with diabetes?
I mean, definitely. I think the ADA has done an amazing job in really centering the fight and really showing, that they'll put skin in the game in terms of really, looking at diabetes prevention and research and programming. And so I'm most excited just about having another partner that's just as passionate as I am. Because I think, when we look at the most basic level of partnership, it's like, okay, hey, are you as committed as I am? And with the ADA, I don't have to worry about that. You know what I mean? I look and I see the work that you all have done. I'm not only impressed, but I'm inspired. And so it allows me to work, I won't say even harder because I go, 0 to 100 every day, but it allows me not to have my mind think about, hey, do my partners feel as strong as I do about this fight? And there's no doubt in my mind that you all do.
Ah, that's amazing. And we're so excited and we're so honored to be partnered with you and just to see where this partnership goes and how many more people we can serve in the different communities too, all around. So I know this is kind of a tag off of one of the previous questions I asked, but I kind of want to see what other ideas you have. So you've grown a lot in 2 years, but what's your dream for Dion's Chicago dream for like the next 5 years, would you say?
So I'll tell you this. In terms of 5 years, 10 years, I honestly don't think like that. My mom, thankfully, um, she beat kidney cancer a couple years ago, and I'll never forget the moment we found out that she had kidney cancer, how everything shifted. The perception of time. I went from living in the macro to the micro, and I think in mastering micro programming and operations, it allowed me to appreciate all of the small nuts and bolts necessary to build a really big machine. And so, with our organization, more than 80% of organizations never make it past, the $1 million level within the first 8 to 10 years. You know what I mean? And so, if I thought smaller, I don't think I would have been ready for this moment. I think that I owe it to not only my community, but my team, my family, and to myself to just make sure that every single day I do everything I can so that no matter what happens, we're in a position and we're best positioned to handle what's presented to us, whether that is immediately, doubling excuse me, and going to, 7 or 800 homes, you know what I mean, or steadfast here and building out another part of our organization. I think anything is possible. And so as a result, I prepare as if anything is possible. You know what I mean? And so 5 years, 5 days, my approach and my preparation will be the exact same.
I love that because you're not limiting yourself to
Yeah.
anything. So you are dreaming big, and we are excited to see where you are in the next 5 years too, and not setting that out there, just going for it, which is amazing.
Exactly.
So one thing I want to bring up too, and a final note too, before we start wrapping up, is everyone who's tuning in right now, Dion has made the top 100 finalist list for Chicago Innovation People's Choice Awards. So, congratulations on this huge accomplishment, Dion. Do you have anything you want to say about that?
I mean, of course, I want everybody to go vote. So, of course,
Yes.
you're gonna put that graphic up, and they're gonna follow that link, and they're gonna go vote. But honestly, I believe so much in this mission and so much in our impact and our programming that we're not stopping. You know what I mean? Like we've decided that people deserve to be met where they are. We've decided that we're committed to quality and access, and we've decided that nothing will stop this train from going forward. So the only thing I have to do is just make sure that I respect it enough to show people that anything is possible.
Amazing. So, we are so excited for you, and that's such a huge accomplishment. So, everyone who's watching this right now or tuning in later, please, please, please vote for Dion.
Yep,
So,
www.chicagoinnovation.com. Go vote
you got
now.
it. And it's right
Yep,
here, too, right on the
that's
screen. If
what
you
I'm
want to take
talking
a
about.
screenshot of it, Or if you want to just go on there right now while you see it, while it's present in your mind, do it. ChicagoInnovation.com and cast your vote for Dion. He couldn't be more deserving for this award. So we know,
Definitely
yeah,
appreciate that.
of course. So Dion, as we wrap up here too, this has been absolutely amazing. Thank you for taking the time, to share your story and the inspiration behind Dion's Chicago dream. Truly amazing, mission and moment work that's actually happening right here. We couldn't be more proud to partner with you. And of
Likewise.
course, we would like to thank too the Baxter Foundation for
Of course.
sponsoring these efforts. But if anyone who's tuning in right now or later on wants to learn too more about the American Diabetes Association's Health Equity Now platform, please visit diabetes.org/Health Equity Now. But thank you all so much. And I think too, Dion, we might have to do a part 2 to this soon. That would be
Definitely.
we'd
Whenever you
love
need, whenever you want to, I'm here.
Awesome. We'd love to have you back on, and we really appreciate your time. And we're so excited to see where you go with this.
Where
So,
we go, we're in this together.
where we go, we are in this together.
Definitely.
So, thank you all, and I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.